A few months ago, I tried to get famous on TikTok with a Young Sheldon fan account, and while at the time I stopped posting, I was short of my goal of 200 followers and 10k total likes. Miraculously, despite me not posting in well over 3 months, my account more than quadrupled both its total followers and total likes. So now I have a random Young Sheldon fan account on my phone that is doing numbers and growing quite the fan base. And I thought to myself, what should I do with the account now? Should I go back to posting like I previously did? Or should I make it a Young Sheldon meme account? No. I know what to do. I need to trick all my followers into thinking I, Jeffery Phillips, was in Young Sheldon. Much like Graggle Simpson and Heisenbones, I had to convince people that the character I completely made up, Jeffery Phillips, was a core character in the show, despite the fact that I have not actually been in the show Young Sheldon before. Surprisingly. Knowing me, you'd think I'd be a shoo-in for the show, am I right? But how do I convince people I was in the show? Well, going into this, my plan was simple. In order to gain the trust of my followers, I would have to pretend to be a reliable news source. Someone they would trust with new news about Young Sheldon. So when I brought up the fact that this new character named Jeffery Phillips would have a prominent role in the next season, they would have no choice but to believe me. Why would I lie? I'm Young Sheldon Fans only with a Z, the most reliable Young Sheldon page on the planet. Furthermore, I would have to slip the character Jeffery Phillips into clips and like pictures of the show, and I have to do it without raising any suspicion. So with all that planned out, I went to my first day of posting. Alright, so first things first, I haven't posted in about 3 to 4 months, so I have to explain my absence. You know, it's suspicious to not post for a few months and then randomly come back and say, I'm in Young Sheldon. So, you know, I gotta explain it to the people. So I made a post saying I got into a car crash while watching Young Sheldon. That should clear everything up. My first few posts on this page are going to be establishing credentials, because it would be suspicious if someone saw a post about Jeffery Phillips and Young Sheldon and they looked at the account and all they saw was posts about Jeffery Phillips. How's that gonna look like to an average human? That's gonna look like a bunch of propaganda. So I had to post Young Sheldon news. I made a post that George was confirmed to die in season 7. That's actually completely made up, but I think it is likely to happen, so most people will believe it. Then I made a post of the season 7 teaser for Young Sheldon, and that post blew up. It got a little under 10k likes and over 100,000 views, which is crazy because I tried doing that all November and couldn't do it once. And now I just did it right out the bat. But I think it's mostly because there's so many people in the comments complaining that this isn't a season 7 teaser. This is a recap of season 6. Yeah, it's a recap of season 6 to tease season 7. Some of the comments are actually hilarious though. I'm going to cry when it's over. February 15th, when it comes out, I'm taking school off. Which is even funnier when you take into account the fact that Young Sheldon is aired well after school ends anyway. You wouldn't miss Young Sheldon if you were in school. Bro's just taking the whole day off of school to anticipate Young Sheldon. Someone also commented, why isn't season 6 on Netflix? And like the good Samaritan I am, I made a video reply telling them when it comes out on Netflix. Little do they know I am not a good Samaritan. I'm just trying to gain their trust so I can then stab them in the back. Which meant it was time to pull out my trick up my sleeve. Jeffery Phillips. In my first post mentioning Jeffery Phillips, I used a recent trend that has been going pretty viral on TikTok. Your birth month is your so-and-so. And this was a Young Sheldon edition. So if you were born in January, you were Mary. You were born in March, you were George. But this is where it gets a little mischievous, because when you were born in August, your Young Sheldon character was Jeffery Phillips. Just subtle enough to where Jeffery Phillips isn't thrown in your face, but it gets it in your mind that Jeffery Phillips is a Young Sheldon character. Unless your birth month is in August, in which case you'll be like, who the hell is Jeffery Phillips? And this post absolutely blew up to this day. It has over 100,000 views and over 1,000 comments. And luckily, none of the comments mention how Jeffery Phillips isn't in the show. Unfortunately for me, I forgot to put in May as one of the choices, and people were not letting me forget that. Nobody cares if you put a fake character for a whole month, but when you forget a month, everybody is flipping their shit. Like seriously, 90% of the comments are all just how I forgot May. May this, May that. People make mistakes. I'm not a perfect human being. That isn't to say, however, that there weren't people commenting about Jeffery Phillips, but the most they had to say often was just, I got Jeffery Phillips. Who is that? But you know what? That was all according to the plan, baby. As long as I didn't have anybody calling me out specifically that I was lying, I'm still an innocent, and people will believe what I have to say about Jeffery Phillips being in young Sheldon. Which leads me to the next part of my plan. Now that people were exposed to Jeffery Phillips as a character, I need to show people who he actually was and give them actual proof he was a character in the show, which meant I was going to crank out my Photoshop skills. I recorded a video of myself doing different poses so I could then in turn take these poses of me and put them into any young Sheldon clip I wanted, and it would look like I was always there. My only problem is I found out I am not good enough at photoshopping to do that. Look at this photo. I do not look real. I look like I'm made out of gold. I was trying my best though. I just really don't have the capacity or the lighting in my room to make it look any better. So on to the next attempt. This one was a little better. I put myself in the background of the scene, and yeah, it looks a little off. But to be fair, no one will look at this photo expecting it to be photoshopped. So at least that hides myself a little bit. Also, the actor for Missy, Reagan Rayford, I don't know how to say it, randomly keeps showing up on my For You page. That's weird. I have no idea why that would happen. One of her posts was behind the scenes of young Sheldon in pictures with the cast. And that's when I got the idea, why don't I add myself to one of the pictures? That way people will believe what I said because I'm in the behind the scenes. So I took one of those pictures and photoshopped myself in. And this time, it doesn't look half bad, especially compared to all the other photoshops I did. Now, no matter how bad I made these photoshops, nonetheless, I was gonna post them. I'm sorry to say, you guys, I'm not making the effort of photoshopping myself into a young Sheldon scene and not posting it. I could have made the worst edit in the world and that shit would be posted. So I made a tweet, screenshotted the tweet, and then posted it on TikTok. Per sources, side character Jeffery Phillips, who made small appearances in class with young Sheldon, is said to have a prominent role in the upcoming 7th season of Young Sheldon. And then I added a little red circle so people could tell where I am. Then the next post was more of an opinion piece by me. Hot take: Jeffery Phillips is a character with too much untapped potential to not be in this show more. Oh my god, young Sheldon wasting his talent on the bench all these years? Come on, put him in the starting lineup. These posts were all fine and dandy, except for the fact that nobody cared about them, which sucked because how can I convince a lot of people if nobody's seen my post? But then again, it's better than people saying it's like the fakest thing they've ever seen in their life, which is what I tell myself every night in order to sleep. But now the time has come where things get real. I have to take it one step above. I am now attempting to put myself in a young Sheldon clip, a video clip. Not only will I need to actually look like I'm in the clip, but I will need this clip to get a substantial amount of views. Because you can't convince people you're in Young Sheldon if you only get 35 people to view it. So here's the plan. I'm gonna green screen myself into a Young Sheldon scene. Slight problem though, I don't actually have a green screen. You see how expensive those are these days? What do I, poop gold? So what I'm gonna do is use the TikTok green screen filter. Then take that and put myself into the screen. I have no idea where this could go wrong. So I went and recorded myself with a fake green screen, doing multiple poses so I could get into any scene. Unfortunately, it looked like this. This looks like shit. I don't even mean it looks as bad as my Photoshop. It's bad like you could show this to a caveman who has never even seen a video before, and they would be able to tell that this would not work in a Young Sheldon scene. It has the blurriest video quality in the world. It's constantly glitching. And the worst part is, I don't even know what scene to put it in yet. I guess I should have planned that out a little more. But you know what they say about planning? It's boring, and I don't want to do it. Fortunately, this proved to not be a problem, as I just searched up Young Sheldon scene and clicked the first video I saw, and ultimately decided that I wasn't going to find a better clip without putting in way too much effort than it is worth it, so I settled for this one. The clip I landed on was Sheldon's first day in school, which is actually perfect because, as I established before, Jeffery Phillips shows up in Young Sheldon's classroom. That's where he's primarily focused on. So it all adds up if I just insert myself into the classroom. So I spent all night editing and posted it that very night. And I went to sleep at night dreaming that I actually was in Young Sheldon. Good night, picture of black and white Young Sheldon. Good night, picture of George on the ceiling.
Mom, I was going through our expenditures and noticed our grocery bills are up 12% compared to last quarter. Any idea why?
There's a person at the end of the table that eats for free.
There's a person at the other end of the table that eats for 3.
You don't want me, Ma? Fuck off. You are just a soulless leech. George does everything to provide for the family, and what does he get? Endless shit from your ass. And don't even get me started on Mary. How has God not told you to start providing money for the family? We clearly need it. George is just a worthless punching bag to you guys.
I like how he's thinking.
George deserves better. George deserves me. George, I have always loved you. Hello everybody, and as you can see, I am now back in the dungeon that is my dormitory. It's been a few days since my last post, and let's just say it has given me some perspective. The perspective that I'm a dumbass and the videos I made look like shit. Look at this.
In addition to being your homeroom teacher, I'll be seeing some of you in my English class.
What was I thinking? How would I expect anyone to believe I'm in young Sheldon, especially with that piss poor green screen, bad lighting, and recording on a phone? Whose dumb idea was that? Overall, it's become very clear to me that my original idea of convincing people I was in young Sheldon through photo and video manipulation, that's just not going to work. And while this is happening and I'm realizing that my idea was horrible, I'm still getting hundreds and hundreds of comments on my birth month post. A good few of them mentioning me this time around. There was actually a few saying I was cute or hot, which I'm not saying this to brag or anything. Trust me, I already knew I had the good looks. I just think it's funny that this is the picture people are talking about. But what can I say? When you got it, I guess. Another comment I saw was, "Who the fuck is Jeffery Phillips?" Which maybe is a bit harsh. I can imagine the guy was so excited to see who his character was, and when he saw me, he just lost it. Please be Meemaw. Please be Meemaw. Please be Meemaw. Please be Meemaw. Who the fuck is this guy? This isn't Meemaw. Oh yeah, there's also a search bar in the post that says who is Jeffery Phillips, and if you click on it, it just completely exposes me, showing the video of me creating the Young Sheldon fan account. So hopefully people don't click on that. But what's more perplexing is there's fans in the comments responding to the comments asking who Jeffery Phillips is, saying I'm Derek. And even as someone who has a pretty extensive knowledge of Young Sheldon, I'll say it. Who the hell is Derek? Who is Derek? Oh, alright. That's Derek. Can't you see the resemblance? In all seriousness, God, I do kind of look like him. Like, we both have dark hair, a long face, a long nose. That's about all you need to look like someone, I suppose. My hair is definitely not as long, or should I say as big as Derek's hair. But considering it's been a few years since season 1, I could just say Derek got a haircut and maybe did a little plastic surgery. But with this new knowledge, I decided to take it and run with it. Plan 1 was thrown in the garbage. It was time for the new and improved Plan 2. Now I don't have to green screen myself in with a shitty iPhone green screen, and now I can just assume someone else's identity. Instead of creating a fake character, I just had to commit identity fraud and tell people I am the actor for one of the characters. I'm literally the actor for Derek. How could you not know? Remember kids, identity theft is okay to do as long as it's funny.
Identity theft is not a joke.
Jeffrey.
Millions of families suffer every year.
But before I go on this new path of TikTok, I think I need to sit back and truly revise my plan. Or should I say, stand back, because I'm standing right now. So instead of sit, I would be like stand. Up to this point, I've essentially been throwing shit at the wall and hoping it sticks. I didn't even plan out a definitive goal yet. I just wrote in my notes, fuck it, we ball. So I think it's time to lay out some goals for me to try and reach. I think a solid baseline for me is 100k likes, and considering I've already had multiple posts over 100k views, I think a goal should be 1 million total views. Which I know, pretty lofty goals considering last time I couldn't even get 10k likes. But this is February, Jeffery Phillips. We ain't on that loser shit no more. This that new wave Young Sheldon fans only. I'm going to reach these goals not just by committing identity fraud, but by also expanding what I'm posting. Maybe I'll post some Young Sheldon memes, maybe I'll post clips from the shows, and maybe I'll bring back my famous Young Sheldon edits.
Eyes wide as daisies, did I ever tell you that
I know, pretty exciting. Now you may be saying, Jeffrey, why would you make posts that have nothing to do with your goals? Well, that's because if these posts do good, they will attract more followers to my page, and therefore more people will see Jeffery Phillips as Derek. How about you use your brain next time before asking dumb questions? So with all this planned out, I made my return to posting. The first thing I did was find a scene with Derek in it, then reply to the top comment asking who Jeffery Phillips is. Also, whoever said it's the creator of the account, you're on thin ice, pal. Snitches get stitches, buddy. Then I made another post of side characters then versus now, and I had me as the Derek picture for the now. And I'm glad to say, the people in the comments were none the wiser. In fact, the comments were weirdly just pissed off. The comments from my first Derek post say, bro, Derek is an asshole and annoying. And Derek is mad fucking annoying. Keep in mind, this is the meanest thing Derek does in this scene.
I have a tummy ache. I'd like to see the nurse.
A tummy ache?
Yes, Derek.
The other then versus now post was actually getting a significant amount of views. And my favorite comment to come out of it was, they did Derek dirty. I thought he looked pretty good. One of the comments said, wait, so they're not real people? Which I'm a bit confused by. Have they never heard of actors before? Did they think Young Sheldon was a documentary? They must have been really amazed watching the show.
Or maybe they'll recognize my intellect and make me.
He went to Caltech at 11? This Sheldon guy is gonna change the world. And last, one comment said, wow, thanks for sharing. Can you do another? So I did, and it got 0 views. Deadass, just 0 views to this day. I didn't even think that was possible. From here on out, my account became my own personal Young Sheldon canvas. I posted basically whatever I wanted. I posted more scenes with Derek in them. Someone caught me in my lie. Deleted. Mary Cooper, Meemaw, and Young Sheldon followed me. Also George Washington. I did not realize you were a cultural individual like me, Mr. Prez. God bless America. I posted more Young Sheldon scenes, except this time, I just made up a fake description of what happens in the scene. George tries to be a sugar daddy and gets rejected. Young Sheldon gets a lobotomy and imagines an alternate universe. Sheldon goes through puberty. In one of my posts, I had one of my friends, M. Chili, text me that my mom was in the hospital, which was a pretty banger post.
My smoke detector's beeping again. Have you got one of those little batteries?
I think so. Come on with you.
Thank you. Damn, 3 beeps away from breaking out my shotgun.
And I also posted this meme. And I think this was the point where I took a look at what I was doing with my life and realized how much time I was spending on a Young Sheldon fan account. One of my friends introduced me to someone and said, yeah, this is the guy with the Young Sheldon fan account. Not the best thing to be known by. There are some people with millions of dollars by my age. Kobe Bryant was in the NBA. Kobe White was a college superstar. And Young Sheldon was in college by my age. And I'm posting videos on a Young Sheldon account pretending to be that actor on the show. What the hell am I doing? He doesn't even look like me. What the hell was I thinking? I have 3 midterms this week and I haven't studied for any of them because I've been too busy posting Young Sheldon. I just realized I'm a complete failure. But at least I have 1,000 followers on my Young Sheldon account. Alright guys, it's the moment you've been waiting for. I made another Jeffery Phillips x George edit.
I'm still trying everything to get you laughing at me.
The ship that nobody wanted, but everybody needed.
Natural, all I do is try.
And you know what? Just for good measure, I made another one.
Sweet, if it could have been me.
George. If George has 1 million fans, then I am one of them. If George has 10 fans, then I am one of them. If George has 1 fan, that is me. If the world is against George, then I am against the world. I love you, George. I gotta watch those edits again. I love them so much. What the flip dingle? There's no sound. Why is sound gone from TikTok? Copyright issues? What? No. So apparently Universal removed all their songs that they own from TikTok. Hey Universal, at least clean me up after me in my ass. You completely me in the I can't anymore because you it so hard you broke it. My is broken. I have to through a tube, UMG. You can't do that. You can't ruin my life. You didn't even wear Okay, not everything is lost. Fortunately, TikTok has an option to replace the audio. So now I can have a sound on the post that has nothing to do with the post. Thanks, UMG. Fuck. So, my next post is calling Mary a racist.
Barbecue chicken and brisket.
Thank you.
Well, I figured you were probably tired of stuff wiggling around on your plate.
Alright. Back to the topic at hand. I went on my own personal side quest. I apologize, although I am a little pissed off right now. Now I am about to release my full showcase of Derek propaganda. I don't know if you guys know this, but the actor who plays Billy, Wyatt McClare, has a TikTok page where he posts his own Fortnite clips from his Twitch. You know who else is about to have his own Fortnite page? Derek. I just recorded myself doing a variety of funny phrases and actions and overlaid them onto funny Fortnite clips. I could say I found this from Jeffery Phillips' stream, the actor who plays Derek. Holy fuck, he's cracked. He's cracked. Oh my god, I'm fucking him. Holy foolproof plan. Oh, and there's more. I recorded a fake Zoom interview of Jeffery Phillips, the actor for Derek. My favorite actor on set was Lance Barber. That dude was hilarious. He's always a joy to be around. You know, just professional in every way, kind, and just a really funny guy to be around. Also, he can put down a lot of food. Do not try to beat him in an eating contest. And then last of all, I was scrolling TikTok and I found the slideshow of season 1 Young Sheldon characters versus now. So let's just say I snuck a little Jeff P into it. So that's my plan of the week. I'm gonna post multiple videos of each of those 3 topics. And let's just say by the end of the week, people will know who Jeffery Phillips is. The actor from Young Sheldon. Guys, the plan failed. Just kidding. 1.5 million views on one post. Jeffrey's gone famous. And you know what? None of the people know it's me in the second picture. They all think it's the same person. Just him taking a sexy mirror picture. This post has over 80,000 likes, over 1,000 comments, and 5,000 saves. There were people quoting Derek's iconic phrases in the comments. People were asking, who's the person on slide 4? And everybody was responding, it's Derek. Obviously it's Derek. Who else would it be? Apparently the search bar on the post was Sheldon kissing Missy, and some people even believed that this meant Derek would be in season 7. All these comments were saying exactly what I wanted. They fell right into my trap. Then someone said slide 4 was Howard. I'd like to think I don't look like him. But ultimately, my favorite comment is a person said, this must be Derek's account. Yes, it is Derek's account. I am Derek. I've successfully tricked the world. My other post did not have the same effect, I will admit. Once my face isn't directly compared to him, it becomes pretty obvious that we look nothing alike, especially when I have facial hair. So there were some people who caught me on one of my Fortnite posts. Hello everybody, it's Jeffery Phillips. You may know me as Derek from Young Sheldon. Here's some clips from my stream. Holy fuck, I'm cranking. Oh, I'm cranking. Oh my god. Someone said, that ain't you, blood. So I replied, Lo, I got this from a Twitter account I saw. I have no idea if it's him or not. Just thought it was funny. Then on one where I'm getting interviewed, someone said I'm not Derek once again. I said, that is not me in the video. I got it off Twitter. And then he replied, okay, Jeffery Phillips. Oh my god. You caught me. But then again, on some of the posts, I really did end up fooling people. Someone commented, loved you. So that's definitely one person I tricked. You can say for the other post, it's plausible that they didn't think I was actually Derek and just making a joke. But that right there, they think I'm him. My last 2 posts were pretty simple. I made a post about how each of the Coopers would react to the Super Bowl, which was only funny because of what I put for George. And last of all, I made this. I said, which once again had everybody fooled. Someone even wrote that they were first in the comments for some reason. There were only 9, so it's not too crazy that you were first. Another person said, bro made his own month, Sheldon, because he thinks he's one of the. And to that I say, I don't think I'm one of the. I am one of the. I am Derek. That's me. I'm Derek. And with that, I'm going to stop posting. I can finally sit down and rest on my farm, resting easy knowing that I tricked at least 1,500,000 people that I am in Young Sheldon. Overall, I ended with 3,366 followers and 198,000 likes. And my highest viewed post got 2.1 million. What the fuck? What the fuck was that? Was that a fucking gnome? What did we learn? Well, we learned how to live, we learned how to laugh, and we learned how to love. And most importantly, we learned that Jeffery Phillips is definitely the actor for Derek in Young Sheldon. And if anybody believes differently, they are wrong. Thank you, Jeff Gang. Love you.